Good morning. Good morning. How is everybody? Hope that you're doing well. I'm just getting, 1 second here. Huh. I kind of sort of forgot to get one of my digital aspects together. Good thing I didn't do what I was going to be doing, but I hope you're okay with waiting just a second. Here we go. And let's see, let me get that over here. Nothing. You know what? Why not? Just kind of get my references and my everything going on. But how's everybody doing? Can you hear me? Can everybody see me? I need to get that little clip. I need to make that a clip to play. Let me see here. All right. Good morning. Let me go ahead. Oh, no. And get my art piece up that we're going to be working on today. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. I'm back in the studio. I was doing some gaming last night. And let me know if the music is too loud, by the way. Just want to make sure it's all good. Yeah, but we're back. We're over on live on Kick. And gonna do some more artwork. DL was here bright and early saying good morning with all the stuff that the members get the access to. The 50 rocks, the lurking Carl, the creep troll, because we do get them. The schmerging, because we schmerge all the time around here. The top 10, the top 20, nervous, top 5, splat. Oh no, I like when you have to read them. That's a lot. Retro Collective, good morning. Maria, unlucky Lar, says, too bad I'm back in the office and unable to put on audio. Don't you have those little earbud thingies and you could just kind of keep your hair over one? Like, you know? Rogie in the chat saying hello and good morning. And you got your coffee? I have my coffee. By the way, new merchandise will be coming to the shop soon that I'm going to be having attached to the YouTube channel. And I've got one already up there. It's my How to Train Your Dragon poster. But I've also got like a new design for like a shirt and stuff like that it's coming through. It says create or make art, not content. And I really, really liked the way that it came out. I ordered myself a shirt and I've been wearing it proudly. It's just that I wanted to check the standard. I wanted to make sure that it was good in the wash machine. It was good in the dryer. Not all companies print the same. So that's coming soon. And Tomby says, let's go. Tomby, how are you? I've been thinking a lot about you lately. I've been seeing you around the Instanet and you're almost finished for the work today. And I saw, a while ago you were traveling. Hope it was a wonderful time. And I know I need to get you back on for the art party. I haven't scheduled an art party for this month just yet because my plans have been a little bit all over the place due to my traveling. And so I've got to double check a couple of schedule changes that I have. And but I'll make sure, because it's been a while since I think you had you on the channel. I've discovered so many new artists and I feel really bad. I have a list and I try to rotate them regularly, and because I don't have the list always in front of me, sometimes I forget to invite other people on and it just becomes, and so you're not forgotten. Loud and clear, music's fun. And Real Steven TV says, I'm a lurking Carl. We're gonna be bringing back the book. I just haven't figured out a schedule, but we're going to be bringing back the book, guys. I hope you haven't forgotten about Kevin and Carl and all the good folks in the book. Juliet, good afternoon. Did I sleep well? I slept okay. I had a weird dream. I know, which I will share in just a second. Doing okay, but a bit depressed for being back, but excited as I have so many guests on my live stream. Excellent. I know I need to crash your stream at some point. iCanalist, good morning. I'm actually waiting for Tabitha to see my DM. Yes, I know, I have, Marie. I'm sorry. I literally just got back 2 days ago, and it's been a lot to try to get back in the schedule of things. And so, Maria, do you I'll message you. USA was amazing. Of course it was. Looking at houses constantly now. Yep. Eldritch, good morning. Hello, hello. Eldritch has gifted 5 Dreaming Tabitha. Wow, StreamYard got this all kind of confused. Anyway.
Today is Friday. Today is Friday. Today is Friday. Today is Friday.
Forgot that I had that on a loop, but that's okay. I'm hoping to cheer Maria up with the fact that Eldritch has single-handedly made it Friday today on this Tuesday. So if you needed a little bit of a break, if you needed a weekend in the middle of your Tuesday or in the early portion of your Tuesday, you came to the right place. Thank you, Eldritch, for making everybody experience the wonders that is the weekend for this tiny moment of the brush hour. Rizkit for the biscuit, hitting us up with the elixir. The book, Paintbrush Splash Smurge. How are you, Rizkit? Rizkit, I miss going to these meetups and seeing everybody. Rizkit's one of them, like Eldritch, Rizkit, Icanalus, all these good folk. Good morning, Mountain Mud. I'm logical spark. All right, let's go through this. I needed a Friday on a Tuesday. See? Eldritch, look what you've done. You gave everybody the miracle of the weekend for just this little moment here. I know. Need to get that going. All right, let me get this up here. So speaking of my dream, I had this weird dream that I needed to okay. Here, let me share this real quickly. So I know you can't really see it. I have to change the background color because it hurts my eyes when I stare at it too long. But here we go. So I was watching a Geeks and Gamers Mario Kart stream the other day, and it was just a few of them. It was Krista, Drunk 3PO, Fear the Beardo, and their fearless leader, Jeremy Prime, excuse me. And I was just kind of laughing at, and that's what I'm going to title this art piece as well, is the, I'll make it a little bit more flamboyant, but basically the progression of aggression for the different Geeks and Gamers members. And it's just kind of funny because Krista just kind of does a little bit of a scream. Jay just always says, no. Then Beardo will come in with a hard bleep. And then there's Jeremy. And I'm going to be filling this entire thing with the ampersands and the dollar signs and all the stuff to indicate the pervasive language that he is, known and loved for. But I've never done Jeremy as a chibi before. I've never done Krista either. So this is just my rough sketch, kind of filling things out. So anyway, I had this weird dream that kind of goes, I was supposed to pick Krista up. She was going to go to a job. She got a job at a mall or at a business. I don't know. You know how weird dreams are. And I don't know. She messaged me the other day something about, I think, going to go try to find cool places in Orlando for eating food, right? And maybe that's just what snuck into my brain, my subconscious. But I had this dream and I had to take her to get up early and had to take her to a job interview or something like that, or shopping. I'm not really sure exactly, but I know she needed me to go pick her up. She needed me. And apparently I slept through my alarm clock and she was waiting for me, which is so weird because I was supposed to go pick her up, but she was in the place where I was living. So I'm not sure how that happened, and it was this grungy apartment and the sky's all sepia toned. I'm not really sure. Anyway, I get myself really quickly dressed and everything, and I drive off to go to the DMV, which I guess is where she was going to go working. And I realized I didn't take her with me, and I had to go back to wherever this grungy apartment was. And she just kind of smiled at me like, you forgot something. And I had to go and take her to her job. Anyway, that was my dream. So you'll be streaming tonight at 7:30. Wonderful. Grape says you're looking fine this morning. Thank you. All right. Hope to meet Superman himself. I am working on, let me get my glove. Let me get the glove on. I am working on a new Superman project. I just released it this morning for the behind the scenes. So if you become a member of the channel, I renamed the channel memberships. So instead of Pencil Fam and Coffee Fam, hopefully it translated. I did it, I think it's Daydreamer. And then, There's like Daydreamer, then there's the next one after that. So the memberships who get the second tier get access to videos and behind the scenes. And I've also updated my Patreon as well, where there are different perks for over on Patreon. And I'm working on a little bit of I'm just going to go ahead and say a chibi zine that I want to release monthly over there. It'll be a downloadable little chibi zine. It won't be a tangible thing that you can either sign up for the tier membership or it will be available for purchase. But it's just kind of like insight to artistry, insight to my mind, what I've been working on, why I'm working on it, a little bit of background and stuff like that. But anyway, reoccurring dreams, I don't get those. Not really. Well, I did when I was little. That was just a random sentence, but I wanted to let you know. Oh, okay. Dean will always be Superman. Yeah, I've never seen. All right, so let's clean things up. So I really love the way that Jeremy's coming out. You know, he was very difficult to draw because the man has like no eyebrows. I mean, they're very, very faint. They're very, very faint. But I really like the way this came out. And so I think everybody is without I mean, if you know the people, but I think without a lot of extra detail, you can tell who these people are. Like you guys let me know. Is it difficult to see and understand who these people are? I was having a great dream last night until my dad sent me a dozen messages for work at 4 freaking a.m. Brisket, I'm sorry to hear that. We seem to always have like the best dreams. And then people wake us up. Like, I want to know. Yeah, I've met people too. I've never been that kind of person that, let me see. I'm going to rename this to Drunk 3 p.m. There's Krista. Who is this one? This is Beardo. And then this has got to be Jeremy. Look at that eye. My goodness. All right. Rename D-Day Cobra. Okay. What is this? These are just the letters. These are my ideas. Okay. Can I ask you and people in chat a question? I don't know. What kind of question are you going to ask? Of course, Maria. I trust you. I do. Maybe it's not the best, but all right, let's have a look here at Krista. I feel like it works out. I don't want to get too caught up with the gaming controllers and stuff like that, but I do think that it needs to translate better. Man, this microphone's kind of in my face. Here we go. I don't know if that helps. I can't. Oh, let me turn that down. Oh, by the way, Tabitha, I showed a few people some of your artwork. Hopefully they order from you. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. We are going to be moving the stuff from Etsy over to a different shop here soon because Etsy sucks. But I still have it up and available at the moment. There's just so much to do. This is my life. All right, Krista. I'm going to just kind of, whoops. Put some little buttons on here. Right now, this is just the rough sketch, just to kind of know where everything needs to go. So, I mean, if you're new around these here parts, that's for your information. For the regular dreamers on the Dream Stream Brush Hour, well, you already know. So I think that there should be a button here that Krista's kind of pushing. She pushing all the buttons. You know, it just kind of, I don't know what else I could do to indicate that that's a gaming controller other than that. Also, we've got these ones over here that, I don't know, I could do something. This is on the wrong. You must go to the Drunk 3PO. I mean, I could just put some kind of weird little thing here with a little button over here. It's just, you know, meant to indicate. Jay showed off our chibi last night on Monday Hangout. Yeah, I did that in like an hour. I was waiting for Joe I was waiting for Joe Mama and I didn't hear from her. So I was like, I'm just going to draw. And then heard that moment when he was talking to the Twisted Twins about how if he was in a film, he just wants to be the guy that dies, maybe guts hanging out and everything. And I just like, oh, that would be really funny. I wouldn't mind trying to clean up that artwork if I had the time, but that was like just a flat, fun, quick, project. But I will attribute to all of the time that has been spent with the art parties, so that I've gotten better at being a little faster at things. Maria says, I'm actually working on a beginner's course on watercolor, my main medium. One video and the practice session on a live stream when I'm not having a guest. Would that attract people? Yes, if you're consistent. The one thing I will also tell you though, Maria, is that if you're going to continue to do gaming, you're going to want to have a different channel for your gaming. You don't want to put gaming on your art channel because it's going to confuse YouTube and it doesn't know what kind of content to push out to people. Gone are the days where you could just do whatever you wanted for YouTube if you wanted it to be successful and attract people. That ship sailed like 15 years ago. So absolutely. Start courses, start tutorials. People are always looking for that. And, but I would highly recommend that you do this, but then also put your gaming stuff on a different channel. I know that sucks, but it's just, it's how it is. It'll confuse you. Now, Kick, you can do whatever the freak you want. Fortunately, they're not too persnickety about that just yet. Because I live stream my art channel and my gaming channel over on Kick. So oh, that's awesome. Yeah, shorts. So that's the thing too. If you do so, if you were cracking up. Wow, that's amazing. Hey, it's Wendy. Good morning. Good morning. Good afternoon. Let's see. So I think I'm good. I think everybody will know who these people are. I do have to put some scruff on here. And usually I put something on the hat, like he wears a lot of hats, like the Rebellion or something like that to indicate. But I think it'll be all right. So let's get rid of, I think I'm good enough to do, everything is good enough to do line work, actually. Yeah, this was like one of the ones that I did a while ago. Any cute, ain't any cute. And I probably will use that for coloring and stuff like that. You can see the bit of scruff going on there. But I think Krista's outfit is a little weird, but I think I can fix that with the inking process. We're going to go with syrup. This is the brush that I typically use because I like that it has, different flow. It's pressure sensitivity. And you can see it has the different lines and whatnot, the different widths, the strengths. So, all right, let's see if we can do Krista here and just kind of. All right, what size do we have? That's good. All right, we're on a different layer in our little brush hour stream. Let's start with something we feel confident with, but Krista's kind of a small gal. A little bit behind on the stream, so I just listening about the gaming channel. I have to pause the stream when someone comes by. Reception always still like a ninja, Maria is. I don't want to give her a wrench hand. Speaking of wrenches, if you haven't seen my newest video where I tried to draw Pokemon blind, where I'm only given the name and the type, and then I have to try to figure out how to draw them from what I think they might look like, you should check out that video. It was a lot of fun. And it's a part of a series. So another video, episode 2, will be coming out next week, and then another one will be coming. And so just throwing that out there. Yeah, exactly. Thumbnails and titles. You love the Pokemon video? Good. I had a lot of fun with that. Miss Beep? Yeah. I don't call her that. I just call her Krista. Let's see, hang on. I just call her Krista. Okay. It's a little soft. Here we go. Metaphorically blind, like my... Well, Rizkit, you gotta watch the video. Look at what you did. You made me spoil. And Krista wears like a lot of tank tops, so I figured we'd just go with a simple outfit. All right, let's get the... It's like some generic, non-realistic... Hang on. I know what I'm gonna do. Sometimes details matter for this. Make a jelly bean. There we go. Duplicate. And then we're going to smurge. We have a smurged. Whoa, no! There we go. Tim said, I did not like the new Jurassic Park, FYI. It's not the best. There's some fun moments in it, and then there's identity crises in other moments. So what are you gonna do? I think it's kind of sad that, so I guess I've been telling people I enjoyed it. Like, it was fun. It was dumb fun. But I think it's kind of sad that, like, this is where we are in summer blockbuster movies, where it's like, well, it wasn't terrible, and that's just what we have to settle for now. You know, like, it wasn't great, but it wasn't terrible, and I'm happy that it wasn't terrible. But it's like, yeah, but I haven't seen a really great movie in a long time. Yes, I put hashtag nature on the title, and it just blew up. Yeah, I've been told limit your hashtags to 3 when it comes to YouTube, in your video descriptions and in shorts. And sometimes you got to be very specific, right? And sometimes it's just a gamble. The only thing that I have my OBS hooked to both my YouTube and my Kick, I have to see how to separate them with gaming. Yeah, you've got plenty of people in the community that can help you with that, Maria. By all means, reach out to us. We got Smoo. I'm pretty sure Tomby can help you. Sevi. Like, if you, I don't think you know her quite as well as some of the rest of us. So we are happy to introduce you and help you to our IT people, because they're more than happy to help you. X-Wing wants alligators when he moves to Florida. We'll have to plan a party, and I'll make everyone some of my infamous... I would so eat that. I have yet to try alligator, and I want to. I'm like, I can't live in Florida and not try to eat alligator. Hey, the creator of our summer movies used to be something we all could talk about with friends while eating ice cream or a slushie. I miss those days. I don't mind dumb fun movies, but the Jurassic Park franchise started as something great and shouldn't go into that. Yeah, I agree, Icanalist. It started to go into Marvel territory, where it's kind of like, you know, it's kind of funny and kooky. And it's not even funny. It's like kooky. You know, there's like these just moments. And I talked about that last night, where it's just like, this is not the direction that I want my gruesome dinosaur movies to go into. Let's see. Do we like Krista's hair? I don't know why, but I have apparently the fates have decided that when my friends or these people have straight hair parted down the middle, I'm just going to give them this little tiny ducktail in the back. I did it with Sevi, and I don't know why, but I just love it. And it does something. So that's what we're doing. Ooh. That sounds really good, Risket. I have heard and read that number is dead. Is it true? What number? I'm sorry, Wendy. I might be I'm not exactly sure what you're referring to. What number? Could you help me? Help a sister out, please? Oops, I'm on the eraser. Oh, come on now. Yeah, a little bit of a wiggle waggle to make the eyebrows look nervous. Although that eyebrow looks good. This one looks a little like a snail without a shell. A little bit like a snail without a shell. We don't need... Oh, I'm so sorry. I've heard and read that hashtag is dead. Is that true? It's definitely, like, I've definitely read and well heard, like, I've watched videos that you, like, it used to be when you so you have your description of your video, and then you have, like, in the studio behind the scenes adding the hashtags and the whatnots, and that particular thing is dead. But having them in your descriptions is not quite dead yet. Not yet. Looks like I have to bail out. Too many people going back and forth, and I can't be stealthy. Well, Maria, you have to work? The nerve. Thank you for being here, elves, as always. They do help with getting found, but it's definitely not like it was. I remember a couple of years ago, 3 years ago it was. You know, wasn't that like the rise of the shorts 3 or 4 years ago? And like you could use those hashtags and you would get, oh my gosh, it was nothing to get like 6,000 views on a short, nothing. And now it's like just scraping by. I'm totally breaking the rules here, but that's okay. This is going to be so fun. Happy will be the day when I watch the morning streams without looking over my shoulder. Yeah, how's that like job situation looking, Maria? I know you were asking for prayer and good thoughts about that. I'm so excited about this art piece. Oops. I think it's going to be hilarious. Let's just go ahead and fill these in. I want to see. I wish to see it. That's a little bit too thick. Chris doesn't wear them like that. So let's make it a little skinnier. There we go. And I think this eyelash needs to be more narrow as well. So here we go. Let's make this a little bit smaller. Maybe a little bit bigger, because we do like us a good eyelash. We do like a little bit of the drama. Kind of like that. The side's a little bit closer to us, if you will, so. Did everybody have a good 4th of July weekend for those that celebrate freedom and independence from tyranny and tea? Oh, okay, I don't like that line. It's not thick enough. I did. I mean, I spent my 4th of July at the airport, but it was nice seeing people dressed up and having a good time. Love me some patriotism. Let's see. Let's see here. Had a great weekend full of faith, family, food, fun, and fireworks. Nice. To be honest, I mostly forget to add the hashtags to my social activities. Yeah, there's a lot of different things to try to remember when navigating the socials. So it's not surprising that sometimes, you know, it kind of has to become like a habit, you know? And it also does kind of depend on the platform. But it also depends on how consistent you are. Like there's a lot happening. Okay. I like Krista's little nose there. Let's see, buttons. Nope, that doesn't look like a red skull. Here we go. Nope. Yeah, okay. There we go. I like that. That's so fun. I might have to readjust the pupils, but our 4th of July was in May, precisely. It was the 5th of May. Revenge of the 5th. I'm learning how to utilize Instagram for networking my business. Remembering to use hashtags has eluded me. Yeah. The thing is, like on Instagram, you can like load up with hashtags. At least I see a lot of content creators do that. Now, I am not an Instagram aficionado. I don't spend a lot of my time on Instagram. I don't market a lot on Instagram, but I do try to utilize it. And so I can't give you the skinny on all that. I mean, I can't really even give you the skinny on. Okay, so all right. Something that I learned now, this is probably bound to change in the next 6 months, but I watched a video in the beginning of the year. I believe it was from vidIQ here on YouTube. And they were talking about here's YouTube's algorithm and how things are changing. Okay, so take this for what you will. I have noticed by taking this advice, or it's not even advice, by taking this information and figuring out how to utilize it with my channel, I have seen change. I have seen growth and everything like that. All right, let's have a look like real quickly. We have a Krista. She's so cute. I do think that there's like something missing here. Yeah. Something like that. Hang on. To indicate the front of the hair. But I don't know. That might just be good enough. Okay. So this is going to be kind of weird to explain. Let me get rid of that. Now we're going to do Drunk 3PO. It's going to be weird to try to explain, but bear with me. So people always talk about how the algorithm about it pushing you out, like using hashtags to push out your stuff. Okay. And they said that's not exactly how it works anymore. YouTube came out and said what they're going to be doing. This is really thick. Okay. So instead of pushing your content out to a whole bunch of people, it's actually trying to bring people into your channel based on the people who are already following your channel. I think that's the easiest way that I can describe that and explain that. So, well, let's take for example, here we go. On Geeks and Gamers and things like that. Of course, it also depends on how popular something becomes too. But the idea is that YouTube is reading the people that are following your channel and trying to push, I know I said push, but it's basically bringing in the people that are already watching your channel and then trying to push it out to similar people that already watch your channel. Why this sucks, okay, is that, for example, with my channel, I was doing art tutorials, doing chibi tutorials. I was painting for the sake of painting and whatever the case might be. I was doing art, okay, which I still am, but hear me out. I was doing art that was just for teaching people how to do art. The people that follow my channel, because you can go in YouTube Studios, the people that follow my channel are not looking to become artists, okay? The people that primarily follow my channel are nerds and pop culture people. and you can see who the other people are that they follow that are like-minded. So I look and I see that majority of people that follow my channel are fans of Geeks and Gamers. They're fans of Drunk 3PO. They're fans of Nerdrotic. They are fans of The Critical Drinker. They are fans of Yellow Flash. All of these very similar people, like no art people whatsoever. And so what YouTube then does is, based on the followers that I have, it is trying to get more followers and push my content out to people that are like that. While this is not necessarily a bad thing in general, it is problematic for someone like me who was trying to push my stuff out to people who were trying to learn about art or just enjoyed watching art or whatever. I did get a lot of my followers from friends giving me shout outs and things like that, but they gave me shout outs in nerd communities, not in artistic communities or people wanting to learn how to do artwork. So I was trying to create content for an audience that didn't want that, even though they were following me. Because it's so easy to subscribe to somebody, right? But to be interested in watching what they're doing. And the numbers never grew and nothing ever changed. And so with this information now, I was like, I don't want to have to change all of everything that I want to do. Like, I still want to do artwork. I'm not necessarily, I was like, am I supposed to then do like, nerd commentary and all this kind of stuff? I don't want to do that. Now, we all understand that you come to Dream and Tabitha, we'll talk about anything and everything. But I don't mind talking about pop culture, but I don't want to have to do news research and all of this kind of stuff per se. But you do have to kind of if you want to see growth, you kind of have to make a sacrifice here and there to try to find what works. This is where I then found the balance of what do I enjoy doing that other people would enjoy watching and would grow the channel as well. And so that's where you've now seen a change in the type of videos that I'm making. I'm not making tutorials. I'm not making the reasons why art is this way or whatever the case might be. I'm not doing like a lot of, and I'm not even really doing art challenges anymore. I still enjoy doing them, but you'll notice if you look at the past couple of weeks and the past couple of months, if you compare my art challenge videos that I loved doing, and I tried real hard last year to push, which those saw good numbers, but the reason they saw good numbers, honestly, it was because of the guests that I had on, not necessarily because the content of itself. But I also the other part was that I was regular. I was like posting them every week or every other week. So it was telling YouTube that I'm being faithful. But organically growing without tagging a popular person was near to impossible for my videos to get better numbers. And so I was like, let me try something. So I started doing, because I love pop culture. I really do. I'm just not like an aficionado like many, many people. So I started making videos that did, behind the scenes or history of or whatever, and making an art piece dedicated to something in pop culture in my style and just quickly doing a narration of that. And so I like to learn. So it's really cool. It's kind of like sharing information with other people, learning something for myself, and then also getting to create artwork that I want to create. Like I'm not bound to a certain thing. So, and I've gotten a lot of I've got a lot of happy customers, if you will. Like, there you go. Eldred says those videos are really cool. I've got a lot of people saying that, I really enjoy these types of videos. I didn't know that about this. I didn't know about that. And so the only problem is that I do kind of have to circulate it. Like, I've been doing a lot of videos about movies that are coming out this year, which is fine, But if something gets thrown in my schedule, or I fall behind, or I get lazy, or I procrastinate or whatever like that, that hurts it. Then it's also learning about when to post it, because actually I was reading, posting a video for viral content, like for a movie, on the day that it comes out isn't going to be most likely will not be the most successful, versus if you let it sit and marinate in the YouTube studio for a little bit, like you post, you upload it, you do all your filling, and then you just let it sit there. I also read that YouTube basically takes a little while for YouTube to process, unless you're already widely popular and YouTube already knows to push your stuff out. You kind of need to let it sit for a little bit. And it just kind of depends. It depends also then on your hashtags. It depends on your thumbnail. And like, for example, my How to Train Your Dragon video, I had a different thumbnail when it first came out. It was a little bit friendlier, a little bit more generic, and I just was not doing well. So I think it was the same day that I posted it. I switched out the thumbnail for an aggressive Toothless, and I put a splash of blood on my face and a splash of blood on Toothless's face, and it took off because it grabbed someone's attention. It's just how it is. Now, you could say, well, is it clickbait? Well, not really. I mean, there's blood. It's a Viking movie. There's going to be war and stuff like that. But it just made people interested. It piqued their curiosity, which is the whole point. So anyway, to recap, you need to consider what kind of an audience that that you have, and what is it your audience wants to see, and how can you make what the audience wants to see something that you enjoy. So that's where. So then I use live streams to create whatever the freak I want to. Like, there is going to be no YouTube video about the history of Geeks and Gamers and all of these characters and why they play Mario Kart and why Beardo and Jeremy swear so much when they play. Nobody's going to be looking for that. Nobody, YouTube's not going to push that. It'll be funny. It's kind of cool. Haha. But I can use my live streams to make whatever art I want to. Because that's just you and me hanging out, having a good time, chatting it up, talking about life and solving the world's problems. But as far as videos go, and even well, and then shorts are a whole other creature too, but as far as videos go, having to learn that YouTube is not pushing out your content, at least not right now. It's not pushing out your content. It's pulling in people that are like-minded. And if you become popular enough, it could push it out to different people. But what you are basically, if you're like me and you're a smaller channel, it is pulling in similar people. So that's just how it is. For 2025, that could be very different. They say the algorithm, last I heard, they say the algorithm changes every 3 months. But I watched that in January of this year, and I made changes, and it was a hard process trying to figure it out. But my channel is freaking 8 years old. It is very possible that I'm just having a dead channel for the rest of this time. Who knows? I have seen growth, but then I shrink. I can't grow for the life of me. Not really. But I have seen a change in my numbers as far as viewership is concerned. So it's like, I can be a smaller channel as far as subscribers go, and apparently still put out decent videos that will catch more people's attention. So we're going to ride that train and see how that goes, because so far it's kind of working. Let me see here. Yeah, I found you through Nomi, who I found through Beardo. I probably found you through Jay. Yep. I don't watch any of the people who said I found you from Valiant. So that's the thing. So it's really great that your friends shout you out. We all got to start somewhere, and I will always be grateful. I mean, I will always be grateful for Drunk 3PO and Jeremy and all the other people that have shouted me out. Freaking Nerdrotic one time shouted me out. I did a painting of him, and so that gave me a boost. But it's like I have to earn the rest of the way, and I have to work hard, and I have to figure things out. And that's not easy. And there is a lot of humility that has to go into it. You got to put your pride aside and be like, okay, just because you think it's cool doesn't mean the rest of the world does. But also, I've also heard people say that, you got to look at the internet you got to look at the algorithm like your audience, not the computer, And I don't know if I'll change his hairstyle like that. Do I like that? Well, we'll figure it out. But it's a process. So take from that what you will. And again, shorts are a whole other creature. But, you can't live off of shout outs. Okay, it's how it is. It's great. Like I said, it's a great stepping stone. Super great for Valiant Renegade, the pro show for having me on, and they have larger audiences. They come, they find me, they enjoy the content. But as far as YouTube pushing me out or throwing my name out to other people, I have to work for that, and I have to figure out what works to do that, because otherwise the channel is just dead in the water if I rely on shout outs. It's just how it be. You could follow me for some odd reason 2 years ago on one of my social media accounts, and it has been a delight. You follow? Oh, you could. I read you could. You followed me for some odd reason. Hey, gotta help each other out. It's not how you start. It's not how you. Let's read this. It's not how you start. ... It's how you finish. Can different time zones also be an issue? I don't know that it's necessarily an issue. I haven't looked too much. I have heard that definitely timing is a thing depending on where you live, like who's your target audience. Yeah, the other thing is like you really want to get in the nitty-gritty. It's like obviously United States has a very large population, and compared to some other some other countries. So that might be a factor. They also said it's like a certain, I forget what it is. It says that like 5 o'clock and 6 o'clock in the evening in the United States is a good time because people are getting off of work and they're just chilling and they're doom scrolling on their phones. Or they have the time now to watch content. And then people that are on the other side of the world, whether it's the UK, the Middle East, things like that, they are kind of waking up. And so you can see all this on YouTube as well. It will tell you where the followers that you have, what time they are watching your content. And you can kind of plan it around that. And then there are some people that just hit the gold mine. That's a weird looking eyebrow. I've always complimented Drunk 3BO on his eyebrows, always. All right, what we're going to do, my little cheat system that I told Sevi about. Oops. Okay, we're going to duplicate this. Oh. Now, again, I am no YouTube guru, clearly, but I'm telling you that I've seen changes. I've seen growth from change. No, what is it? They say? Nothing changes if nothing changes. If you think you're going to be fine doing it the way you've always done it, it doesn't work like that with an evolving world, especially with the rise of AI and everything like that. It's just how it is. So it's like, as an artist, how do I combat all this AI stuff? At the end of the day, people will always find a love for human-made stuff, but at the end of the day, there's going to be a big competition for that, and that's a whole other story. But nevertheless, it's something else as a content creator you have to be aware of. Hang on. I'm not good with drawing hats, so like this is the best we're gonna get. It's just like the gist of it. Hang on. I thought Tabitha was yelling at riders who only wanted to have fun in Mario Kart. No, we are very, very specific people yelling at Mario Kart. No, the ears are not the same. Tell you what we're going to do. Canvas. Oh, where is it? Here are drawing guides, symmetry. Drag this over here. I hope that's about equal. Give it a chance. This is a cool feature right here. Watch both ears. That's so weird. No. I don't know if I like that. It kind of got a little wobbly at the end of it. Yeah, why don't we do that for this over here as well? Just to save us some work. I feel like I've kind of accidentally made Drunk 3BO look like Donkey Kong. Is that just me? I've made his ears really big, but that's okay. All right, then we're going to go and we're going to turn that off. It's so cute. You're finishing breakfast. Nice. On this side of the ocean, the people are waking up or they're going to bed as we speak. 16, 50. What is that? Is that 5? Wait, 13, 14, 15, 4. 4 at the moment. So close. One time Jay said he watched one of my videos, and then I asked if I was British in one of his on one of his live streams, and I was like, I'm from North Carolina. That's funny. I'm not sure how one mistakes that, but here we are. That's so funny. All right, so we're gonna do big eyes, and we're gonna duplicate. Let's see if we can get the line work finished for brush hour. No, we're not gonna get line work finished for brush hour, but that's okay. Does that look pretty even? Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like he looks a little bit like a monkey. Not intentional, because he doesn't look like a. Whoa, shoot! He doesn't look like a primate. Oh, it's so cute. Yeah. I think changing the shape of the. Oops. And we're gonna smudge. Changing the shape of the hair was helpful, so it's not just like this little round head. There we go. But I feel like I've made his forehead way too high. Let's clean this up. All the things you got to consider. Because then it's like, yeah, but then he's just got this one weird curl. How about give him 2? Yeah, his hairline is a little different on this side than it is on that side too. But I don't think anybody's going to complain, but me. It's a little bit softer. That's okay. It gets the point across. Oh, and then I was going to do a little button here. Okay. No, the line work is very... Oh, and then I... Oh, I should have done that with symmetry too. Hang on. Go here. Just go ahead. We're already set up for success. Oh, ho, ho, hey, woo, hey. Calm down. Let's see. Where's my Canadian Bear cup? I use that for a lot of my references. I don't want him to look girly, but yeah, something like that. All right, got the Drunk 3PO. We turn this off. Will you draw Jeremy cussing and yelling? Of course, with a bunch of fire. I mean, obviously, I'm not like it's pretty much going to look something like this, just like a whole mess of a cloud. I'm gonna try to make it look like it's like trying to push out of the box he's in. So it's like his swear words are just trying to really be pervasive. Like, that's what we're going for. Oops. Jeremy Prime. All right. We need to erase this and then. Nah, that looks silly. We'll just leave him with that. We'll just do him with his classic black shirt. All right. I think that works out. Next, Birdo. Fortunately, with Beardo, I'd already had a chibi of him that was really angry when I made the fan art picture of him as Logan the Wolf, based off of the epic verse and the fan fiction of the Viking version of Wolverine. So I just kind of used that. I'm changed it up just a wee bit, but it looks really, really great. So actually, let's try and save some work for ourselves here, fam. All right, let me bring this up a little bit. Let's rotate. Where's the middle of your face, Beardo? It's not quite it, but I think we can always adjust things as needed if yeah, because I don't think that I put them on there very straight. I'm going to try to use the top of his head, and then we'll just see if this works. All right. I think that is quite successful. Let's do his beard. Oh, that's a little bit off, isn't it? I gave him slightly pointed ears. Like, who doesn't love a man with slightly pointed ears? I have to figure out his hair is different now, so I have to. I don't know. That's my kryptonite. Just saying. Beardo's gone through several hair changes this year, so I'm just gonna kind of pick we should. There we go. A very angry Beardo. Beardo's a nice guy, though. He is. I don't care what they say. I've met him, hung out with him. He's nice. We need crazy tongue. Maybe we should put it to the side. Like switch it up. Whoops. I think he needs the bigger eyes. Makes him look crazy. I can already see his white heated head. Yeah. Okay, I totally should have done that with symmetry as well. So let's go back and get symmetry. Just to help to keep things on point. Looking great. I know, this giant fist too. I might make it bigger. So it's like really, like... By the way, I probably will have this available for members as coloring page as well. Just because, I tell you what, I wonder, do this. I think it'll be super fun. Oops. And I would love to see your rendition of how to draw this. So I'll try to, when I get all this line work out, I'll do my best to have this available today. And if you're a member, you can print it out and color it, and hey, post it, tag everybody, make changes to it. That's fine. Like, make it your own. I would love to see what everybody does with this. Oh, that would be so exciting. Like, just we're gonna have a Geeks and Gamers drawing or coloring contest. Here let's clean up Beardo's eyebrows. Let's make him look fresh. Here we go. Okay, we got Burl. Oh, I forgot to switch it. We're going back to perspective. Done. All right. I'm going to do a new layer to get this fist on here so we can decide if we need to get it bigger. Rizkit has redeemed a posture check. You're right. I'm trying to be better about it. I've got my thing on a stand here, so it's not just down. I don't know if I need to get it higher. This has been better, but you're right. Posture check. You know what? A water break would be good too. Okay. I'm getting better with hands. I like to think. Let me make this a little bit bigger. Line work needs to vary a little bit. Now, I'm not perfect with the hands, but I kind of like that you get artistic liberty. So I do have Illustrator for iPad, but the subscription is painful. Yeah, that's why I don't use Illustrator anymore. It's too complicated for what I'm doing, and I don't need it. Procreate is a one-time purchase, and you get to do all the stuff that you need. There are, of course, things about Illustrator, but again, that's like for high-end people, like if you're, professional. But a lot of professionals are moving to Procreate as well because Adobe sucks. So there's that. But I used to use it when I was in college. I don't use it anymore. Can't. I moved over. I don't need it. No, that's weird. Oh, doesn't help that he doesn't have the big eye. Ooh, they are. Okay. He looks a little bit cross-eyed. Something is wrong. We might have to change that in manually because he's looking kind of derpy, and I don't like that. What happens if we do this? It's kind of cool. All right, let's take this off and see if we can fix Beardo's eyes because something's wrong. I feel like his head is really wide. When you do a posture check, it makes me sit up too. See, it's good for everybody. Hand drawing is the bane of my existence, but that's common. It was paint Clip Studio. It's good to do. This eye is slightly smaller. It's good. Hand drawing, I don't think could ever really truly be replaced, but I have even found for myself that I've become so accustomed to, like, I'll be hand drawing, and look for the back button when I make a mistake and realizing, oh, I got to do it manually. If the members color in the drawing today, maybe it will come on the TNME, Tuesday night's main event show tonight. Maybe. I mean, Drunk 3PO showed mine off on the Monday Hangover yesterday, so why not? Here we go. Okay, that tells me that I absolutely need to get this out and about. So, you know what? Maybe if I get rid of this, his face still looks really wide. Is that just me? I mean, I think it still reads as Beardo, but it just looks like. Let me try something. Let me work with the dreaded liquify tool here. Okay. Oh, it's on a different thing. Hang on. So, oh, it's because oh, shoot. Okay. Duplicate. Get rid of this. Wrong layer, chief. All right. Get rid of this. And get rid of this. And then we're going to do this. Go to liquefy. Let's give it a chance. Yeah, I kind of felt like Beardo's face was like too... Does he have a bigger forehead? Is that what we're not... I don't want to mess with him too much. Like, maybe it's the beard. It looks too chubby. Poor Beardo. I don't think... Let's reset. He does look a little full. I think it's the beard. He doesn't have like that pointed... Okay. Maybe I'm just... You know what? Maybe we just need to do this. I think that helps, but I also can tell that the beard is too... Not only that, but his head is too short. That's okay. We can always make the beard like... I don't have to have that perfect. So I think his head is too short. Maybe it's his hair. Here. No, I'm just kidding. Oh. I think that looks a little bit more like Beardo. A little bit. We'll try it. It is what it is. All right. Then we got the fist. We got to bring this back up. And yes, prayers for the victims and their families in Texas. Absolutely. With all the children that have sadly passed away, all the homes, everything like that. Terrible. Hey, it's Hulk Smash. In college, we used Photoshop, Illustrator, and painting program called Coral. Also, I like the shirt. Oh, my. Only ghost I know is the Holy Ghost. Yeah, I use Photoshop a lot. I used to be a photographer too, a graphic designer and photographer, so we used it all the time. Give Beardo a hat. I don't want to give Beardo a hat. It's not a bad idea. I know he wears them all the time, and I could give him the sunglasses too. That would save me a lot of, Wendy, what have you done? Just when I thought everything was going smoothly. Glad to have you as one of my watching channels. Justin, what are you doing in here? Get that honorable trash out of here. Wendy, what have you done? Look what you have done, Wendy. What if we did... Where's Beardo? Hang on. Here is a Beardo. There you are. Hey, Beardo. I see you there. Sunglasses. Lock it in. All right. They're usually like these. Hang on. Let's make them. But I want to be able to see how angry he is. That's the problem. So let's see. Something like this. We're just going to kind of go with this for a second here. I know it's a little bit off. Bear with me. I think... Oh, I should have done this on a separate layer too. Such a silly... Oh, I did. Okay, so go back. I think we have found part of our problem. Let me connect this real quickly. What do we think? I don't want to do a hat because you can't really see it. But should I do the sunglasses? Hey, Smoo! What did I do? You know what you did. All those years ago. I don't think you're really sorry, Wendy. I don't think you're really that sorry. Good morning, Job of the Whoop. Do we think that he needs the sunglasses? Or should we go without the sunglasses? Kind of want to do the sunglasses. You know, and then you give them that, like, you know. I think we need the sunglasses. Great. Thanks a lot, Wendy. You could have saved me so much trouble had you suggested a hat earlier, and then I declined on the hat and figured out to do the glasses later. Problems. Nothing but problems. I know. I can bend the... Exactly. I'm going to clean some of this up. I don't think I need to restart the whole... Well, you know, actually, it would just be easier. It would be even if I just do it with the symmetry. What color? He's just got like these yellowish something. You know, we'll keep it simple. Keep it moving. Here we go. Symmetry? Oh no, I moved it. Reset. Oh crap. All right, hang on. Now we gotta hope to God that we get it straight. Let me. There we go. And then, where's the green line? There it is. Something like this. All right. I'm going in. All right. What is Beardo's? They're actually curved. Actually, that's not what I want to do. They're actually curved like this. Wait. Hang on. I mean, I need to round them out, but J like to race as the bee, you could add one buzzing bicep. I don't want to overcomplicate. See, if I put too many things in there, it'll take away from the joke of the picture. Not that you guys are suggesting bad things, but I'm starting to learn as I'm like developing my skills in these kind of comic bookish type things that unlike Hairspray, less is more. Like it really makes a difference. Having, like, just getting to the point. Not having all the secret things in there. This is kind of what his glasses look like, although they kind of go down more. What is that movie, Justin? I Know What You Did Last Summer. That's what it was. That's what I should have said. There we go. We can still see the anger. I could rotate them a little bit if I have to because it doesn't quite line up over here, but that's okay. You know, sometimes you need a little imperfection to remind you that you're human, and it's what makes... Yeah. It's okay. It's all right. It's okay. It's fine. It's fine. Stop saying otherwise. Just kind of shave it down a little bit. It's fine. Keep it simple, stupid approach. Yeah. When it comes to these things, yeah. Okay. Fear the Beardo. That would be his wrestling intro. Trust the science. Beardo's a burly dude, so let's give him a little bit extra cushion over here. Well, he's not really burly. He's just muscular. There is a difference. All right, what is that? His arm? What is this? I'm just going to draw lines because I don't know what I did when I was drawing this. Are these like his arm? What is that? He looks like a midget. What is that? And then let's get the fist. Let's distort it a little bit, make it bigger. I don't know if this is the way. Well, darn, just when I thought I had Beardo all easy peasy lemon squeezy. Yeah, okay, here we go. Yeah, and then I'm going to put like a big expletive. Well, I'm not really going to put expletives because I don't do it that. Is it too late to make Jeremy bald? According to Chat GPT, was it Grok? Jeremy Prime is, in fact, bald. We don't know what's going on up there. See, I've only got the hair on the sides. I don't have his ramen noodles up there. No, I've never seen it, Justin. Doesn't look like anything I would be interested in. But, all right. But I know of it, so that's why I was saying that. All right. D-Day. Cobra. There we go. All right. I could say fudge. No, I don't think that would. I don't think it would work properly. So the goal is to have it like this, and I might just switch out the F for a PH, you know, because that's how the cool kids say it. But I think that would be kind of funny. So this is the idea. If you're popping in, I'm just gonna have Krista. Like again, this is supposed to be the progression of aggression with the Geeks and Gamers members playing, or at least some of them playing Mario Kart. So Krista with her eek, Jay with his famous no, and then it just gets progressively worse until Jeremy's just like on fire. Tabitha, what happens when you bend the glasses a bit? They bend. Bend them. What do you mean? I'm not exactly sure how you want me to bend them. Although I will note that when I look at Beardo's glasses, because I have him up here for reference, that there is no dip here. We can just go straight across. You know what? Let's see. Because if anything, they kind of go around it. But that's kind of messed them up, I think. It's too much. Yeah, because then once I put the, you know, the little slashy marks things. Oh, shoot. Oh, crap. I messed up. Yeah, I don't know which direction you mean by bend. Like this, like to bend it that way. It's Nomi without using good morning. Exactly. Jeremy's gonna go Super Saiyan. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Beardo needs brass knuckles to say lock it in. Look, I will provide you guys with this paper, this drawing paper. Like, you guys can do whatever you want to do with it. I would love to see it. I'm gonna love seeing what you do with this. Make a tattoo, whatever like that. Did you say blend? I don't know okay, well, I'm not doing any blending on these projects. Lately, I've been doing like cell shading. So I don't really do any blending, which I know is so surprising even to myself because I'm all about the blend. Okay. Drawing paper. I say drawing papers, but like I'll be making this available for print. So if you're a member, I will have it released. If you're the first tier, if you're a daydreamer, you will have access to the coloring pages, all the previous coloring pages, and then the one that I will release today with our Geeks and Gamers friends, which I am going to need to go back and do this guy a little bit because he has no line variation whatsoever. It's very flat looking, so I don't like that. Beardo's got a little bit of it. I might need to change it, but we'll go back to that when time comes. But actually, let me get rid of this. But I think it's coming along swimmingly here. I think that looks pretty good. Just the crazy tongues. The jelly bean tongues. All right, let's move on to D-Day Cobra. All right. What do our lines look like? Let's make it a little thicker here. And then, okay, here we go. Let's start off on the right foot. Symmetry. All right, is there a way to reset this? Options. I don't know what that does. Okay. Well, we're stuck with what we have. Okay. Let's find the middle of his face-ish. And I want to say that looks like it's straight. You mean blend? Okay. Well, I just don't know what do you want me to blend per se. What exactly were your thoughts on blending? All right. Here we go. These are like really dark circles. Let the rage consume you. Which Jeremy are we drawing again? D-Day. I just said D-Day Cobra. Jeremy Prime. I just decided to give him kind of wonky ears. They're a little bit too big, but I just thought they were cute. You know. Let's make his ears. Wendy, if I totally misunderstood what you said, I am so sorry. Forgive me. How many cups of coffee have you had today? 3. Why? Why are you asking? Are you judging? I think Jeremy looks kind of weird with this beard, so I'm gonna wait with is anyone going to be shouting Alan? There you go. You guys can put whatever. I'm not gonna put the expletives and the whatnots in there. You guys can fill in the bubbles however you want. All right, let's yeah, we're gonna figure out the whole beard thing because Jeremy, like the thing is, Jeremy has really pale, very fair skin. So he excuse me, fair hair. So he looks like he has no eyebrows, and then his beard is so pale, like you can see it, but it's it's there, but much like Sasquatch, you got to look for it. So. Oops. That's weird. Yeah, I feel like the I have a hard time with baseball caps. So if this looks really bizarre, it's not Jeremy, it's me. And I'll try to clean that up. There we go. What does he usually wear on his hat? I could just put the Geeks and Gamers logo on there. That'd be fine. Increase the size a little bit. Boom, boom, boom. Just make him look like he's just in a rage. What I'm trying to say is what happens if you blend the glasses a bit? Maybe his angry eyes will pop up. Oh. Well, but he does look like a pretty good cartoon, so I'm afraid, like, if I start blending, it might take a little bit of that away. Sorry that I didn't quite... Nope, that's a bad thumb. That's weird. I got Beardos really well. Maybe I should... Here we go. We're just gonna... And then we're gonna just steal Beardo's thumb. Flip it. Wait a minute. Okay, take this. Shrink it. Okay, come on. Work with me here. It looks stupid. Beardo's thumb does not look good on Jeremy. Mark it down. I got this. Let's see. If you're making a fist, I mean, it's not that hard. Hang on. Maybe... trying to think, how do you see you, Steven? Trying to think. He usually wears a red MAGA hat. Yeah, but I think I'm going to put the Geeks and Gamers logo on his hat just because it helps send the message. This thumb looks bizarre. I think it's because there was no knuckle to it. And then this is a little bit too pointed. And maybe if we... yeah. The thing that is difficult to draw as well is like you can draw, like right now I'm drawing a fist and everything like that. But to make it look like you're squeezing it in anger. So if I do that, that's what makes it hard. Like you can see there's a difference between, you know, holding up a fist like this versus like the tightness. So I wonder if I just... his thumb is just not... it's not having the right energy. To figure out how to do that is not something I'm well versed in. I wonder if I need to... like clenching. There's a difference between making a fist and clenching your hand. And then I could always maybe do those shaky things. Yeah, oh, there we go. That's all we needed was just a little bit of line work. He wears random hats and a MAGA sweater. There, yeah, he goes through a lot of different... well, he doesn't... it's the same style, different outfit. Use code 198. We don't do that here. Sorry, Tabitha, but Danny's live stream is starting. No, go hang out with Danny. Go hang out with Danny. Be sure to go to Comics and Cosmetics. Yeah. Or excuse me, Comics and Everything. Sorry, Danny. Jeremy is mostly known for his Star Wars hat in many circles. If you want to run with the Mario Kart theme, just give it. Now, like I said, I understand what everybody is saying. I think it serves better purpose to have the Geeks and Gamers logo on his hat to better translate what's happening here. Everything that you guys are saying is not a bad suggestion. The OG Star Wars hat and everything like that. These are not bad suggestions. But I think, like I said, it better serves the translation. If, all right, this is where, okay. Okay. I think, except for his little, his beard, let's kind of... yeah, he looks more like Tommy. Alien Embryo. Hello, welcome in. Just as an inside joke to the stream, I should like hide a... no, that's what it is. You guys will be able to decorate this however you want. That's what I'm going to give you guys the liberty to do whatever it is you want with that. All right, let's get rid of everything. Yeah, totally looks like Jeremy. I know the body language is a little bit off, you know, with his, you know, everything like that, but it's okay. That's just kind of how it is with cartoons and things like that. Plus, this is not something I want to take up the most of my day. I have other projects that are more serious. This is just something fun that I thought I could do. here on a live stream. A dolphin hat? Okay, I think now I'll just go in. Yeah. I want to have some thicker lines. Just try to figure out where to best place them. We'll just do slits. D-Day Cobra. No. Although it's kind of funny. Would it be better if it was rounded? Maybe. I'm not good with clothing, so the hoodie is like what the hoodie is. Okay, then we got to do Geeks and Gamers. Phew! Okay, let's do this on a separate logo. Layer, separate logo. Done. It would just be easier to get the logo, but you know, hey, let's try. It's not bad. I didn't do a half bad job. Okay. I was a little nervous about that one. There we go. Although I'm going to push it down. Justin, I am as shocked as you are. Okay, so upon reflection here, though, and by reflection I mean just looking at it right now, it doesn't. I think it kind of takes away having it up there on his hat. It's probably too thick, maybe. Yeah, it's better. I don't want that to be the focal point. Here we go. Yeah, I think that's better. Okay. Oops. How did I have his eyes originally? Okay. So funny. All right. Let's do this again. I mean, he looks evil. I think that looks good. I just wonder, should it be circular? Like, it makes a difference. What do you guys think? Should it be this way or the other way? This one looks like it's looking at us. I kind of wonder if the one... Oops. Prior to... And for some reason No, that's just too big. I don't want to make him look derpy. Like, that's not the thing. I don't want it to look too goofy. Yeah, I think this is better. Because the point is not to make fun of him or make fun of them in a mocking sense, but more of just a teasing. So I think, yeah, and then we can always, let's see, we can always move him down a little bit more so that we give plenty of room for the expletives. Yeah, but sometimes when you're mad, you look up. So that's kind of what I was going for. Lightning. Yeah. Okay, let's fill this in. I'm gonna make one side a little bit. Just kind of play around with some of the line work here. Just like I said, I don't want it to look flat. Kind of does, but that's okay. Just a few things here and there to kind of make it. I think if it's too perfect, like on either side, it's not quite as much fun. Exactly. The internet said so, Biggles. So Danny says she loves you and misses you, and y'all need to talk. Yeah, well, I'm right here. I know we sometimes we text and then it's like a while, and she sends me the weirdest Instagram reels. I gotta talk to that woman. What do you guys think of our Mario Kart explosion? I think that's all I need, although except Jay's looks very bland in comparison. I think the hands need to be a little bolder. Because, I mean, he just looks like he's the same everywhere. I don't know why he looks like he totally does remind me of Donkey Kong. His curl, I'm not thrilled with. TBH. I've done this curl several times, and it's always a tricky blighter. Something like that. Maybe it needs... Yeah, something like that, just to change it up a little bit. It's facial hair? Yeah, exactly. I was planning on coloring that in and not drawing it in, because for sure... I'm not really sure how to... Yeah, so when you draw it on, I mean, I know this is not exact, but it's too heavy. Same thing with Jeremy. It's too heavy if to do it when somebody doesn't have, like, because Jay has mainly scruff, right? So when you draw the beard on there, like Beardo, it changes the person a lot. So I think for that, everybody's going to have to color it on there. But what do we think, guys? I'm going to leave their backgrounds pretty simple. I might look at the live streams and see what their background looks like in general and just kind of put like a gradient or something like that. When they see the laugh about it. Yeah. So it's not finished yet, but like I said, if I bring back, this is the plan. There's going to be fire. There's going to be words. And so it's going to be in full color. And I think we need to make fun of Beardo. Poor guy. it's gonna be amazing. Thank you for hanging out with me. See, Beardo's fist over here is very bold, and he is like the center of attention. So that's why Jeremy kind of, I think I wish there was a way to increase the size of, or the width of the line work, like by just clicking on it. But because Jeremy really is supposed to be the grand whatever, and Beardo, I kind of wonder if with the, as much as I love the sunglasses, I wonder, although he looks really weird like this, but it's like he needs the sunglasses. Maybe I won't make them black, because I see in Beardo's things, like they're not really black. Like this one I'm looking at particularly, it's like red and yellow, and I'll just have to pay attention to his streams more. And, and maybe I'll just change it up so it's not so dark, because Jeremy is meant to be the one that, and I might spend more time on the background making it look a lot fancier, kind of like what I did with the Split Fiction little strip that I did with Joe, where like my character had like all this amazing colors and whatever behind it, and that. So that's why Jeremy's in his own little thing. I might have to make, I wonder if I need to make Beardo smaller, so that way I can put his words. And then there's Jeremy. But I really liked the idea that a little bit of Beardo was off, like I said, so it gets bolder, bigger. Let's see, where's D-Day Cobra? Like it was meant to be more like this. I might have to just change. This is actually pretty cool. I might just need to change the layout. And change the line work. Let me try something. Let me undo this, because you never want to do something like this that's going to alter everything. Let's play around with this, shall we? Like, I want us to be able to see the other fist there. Thanks everybody for hanging out with me. Like I said, this is going to be available for members. You can download it and print it out like many have before with my other art projects. You'll get access to all of the previous drawings. So there's that. Let me put this behind. And then post them online. I'd be happy to see them. Something weird like this. Like sometimes comic books do that, right? This is actually pretty cool. I basically need to just play around with the boxes. And maybe there would just be something like that. I don't like that. I think that would be pretty cool. And then if we just maybe take Jeremy and move him over, maybe I shrink him just a little bit. So we can, because I want to see the fire and everything like that. We'll play with it. There's a lot that needs to be done. It just needs to be able to translate. And this is rough. It's not as good. I really kind of like. I really kind of like this, but I might need to make the size bigger. I don't know. I mean, it's just kind of funny the way it is right now, but. You haven't colored since Wolverine Beardo. That's right. You'll get access to that one too. What if I made Beardo smaller, but his head bigger? Yeah, we'll see. Beardo's glasses are more transparent mirror effect. Yeah, they're like the one that I'm looking at here. Like I said, it's almost like ski goggles. So we'll see. Well, guys, we're gonna figure this out. I might have to play around. I might have to switch the orientation like this. but I kind of like it this size. So we'll just have to see. But we have gone over the rush hour experience. Thank you everybody for hanging out with me. Thank you so much for those that gave to the channel. Like I said, if you want to become a member, there are different tiers and it unlocks different exclusive features. And so you have access to all of my coloring pages if you sign up for the tier 1. If you become a daydreamer, you get all the perks for being a daydreamer. And then what was I gonna say? No more. Oh, my channel, by the way, is celebrating 8 years. Can you believe that? That is kind of crazy. 8 years. Wow, I think I hear the garbage men outside. They are like so loud right now. Anyway, back what I was saying. Oh, become a dreamer. If you become a dreamer for the first tier, you can become a sweet dreamer for the next, and that gets you behind the scenes and time-lapse videos. And there's, of course, the ultimate dreamer. You get to be a supporter of the dreams here on this channel, all the cool stuff that's coming. But thank you so much for hanging out with me and hanging out with me in the progressive aggression of some of the Geeks and Gamers members. But of course, you can always support me over on Patreon, where you get different access as well. And the Chibi Zine will be released hopefully here soon, my first Chibi Zine. And hope you enjoy that. But anyway, I am going to head out. I've got stuff to do. I've got more artwork to do that I just don't have time to stream. Maybe one day. Maybe one day I'll just stream everything. But thank you. Thank you for the anniversary wishes. But what am I going to do? You know what? Let's just make sure you hit that like button on the way out.
If I was watching this video, I would like it. I would like the video, and I would probably subscribe, because this is so thoroughly entertaining and also well executed. It's not a request.